Oh, am I? I hadn't noticed. Just kidding. I had. I was grinning like a fool. I would replay Tantor yelling at Malavik over and over in my head for the rest of my life. The memory was a gift that would keep on giving. Malavik glared at me. I cast one last look at the portal, shimmering in midair, the edges undulating slightly. My home was through there. My old home. Good riddance, really. I turned back toward the Count and sighed. You suck. As my boot hit the first step of the stairs, he said, The public can't know about the portal. You must keep it a secret. I flipped him the bird over my shoulder. I'm telling everyone. Screw off. The others were waiting for me just outside the castle entrance, under a starry night sky. I stretched, breathed in deeply, and said, It's nice to be back. You're telling me, Tantor said, looking around. I never thought I'd see this place again. I moved closer and placed a hand on his back. The contact felt both foreign and familiar. How about we put some distance between us and this death trap? Jane nodded at the castle, and none of us opposed the idea. So we began the long walk across the thin neck of the peninsula, away from the Count's castle and back toward town. Any idea of how much time passed? I asked. Jane gazed up at the sky, silent for a moment. Based on the moon and stars, it looks like we made it back to the same day we left. Then she narrowed her eyes at me. Aren't you supposed to be the astronomy witch or something? She had a point. I've been busy. I'll learn it all, eventually. She chuckled. Fair enough. Wait, I said. Did we come through the portal right after you? Pretty much. I hardly had a chance to get my bearings and tell Malavik where he could shove that ancient stake before you two dropped in. Our trip to Austin after Jane had left had taken nearly 20 hours on one side of the portal and almost none on the other. The time difference between the two realms really was tricky. I'd better split, she said. Who knows how long Ansel has been waiting for me? Could be just a few minutes, I said. Or it could be 18 or 19 years later, and it's coincidence that the moon and stars look the same as when we left. He could be an old man already. Who even knows? You really think so? The idea startled me. Time clearly didn't move in any sort of linear way between the realms, and the only person we'd encountered was Count Malavik, who never aged. What if the town had moved on without us? What if Medium Rare had shut down? What if Ruby was... But before the anxiety spiral could pull me under, Jane said, No, I don't think so. I think it's the same day. How can you know, though? Malavik was wearing the same thing when we got back as the last time we saw him in New Orleans. He even had a smudge of dirt from the cemetery on him. We reached the other side of the narrow peninsula, and Jane kept going while Tantor and I paused. To my left, Grim was enthusiastically marking everything he could. I thought I'd never get to claim another bush in this town. I caught Tanner's eye, and he smiled. Thank you, Nora. After the way you just laid into Malavik, I should be thanking you. No, for bringing me home. It doesn't even feel real yet, but I'm glad to be back. He held out his hand, and I took it, interlacing our fingers. As we walked across the thin peninsula back toward town, Grim did zigzags around us, continuing his urine frenzy. His tank was well empty by the time we made it to Fulcrum Park. Where did we go now? Did I go to Tanner's place? Did he come back with me? Rather than being neurotic, I decided to ask. See, I'm learning. You want some space tonight? He was in desperate need of a haircut and a good shave, but I wouldn't have minded if he'd kept the scruff. He brushed my hair away from my face, tucking a strand behind my ear.